What if the moment two human species looked at each other through the fog decided the fate of an entire world? And what if we still don't know what truly happened? 50,000 years ago, in the frozen forests of Ice Age Europe, two kinds of humans walked the same ground. As the mist drifts through towering pines, heavy snow softens the earth, revealing giant footprints beside smaller, lighter ones. A band of Neanderthals moves quietly through the haze, their powerful bodies shaped by the cold. On the opposite ridge, Homo Sapiens follow animal tracks with refined bone tools, guided by a different kind of intelligence. The fog thickens, both groups stop just meters apart. Neanderthal eyes narrow with wary curiosity. Sapiens gaze back with a calculating calm. A sudden burst of wings shatters the silence, tightening the tension rather than breaking it. Yet no battle comes. Instead, both sides step away, retreating into the snow. Two worlds, meeting for the first time. Night falls, separate fires burn in separate caves. Two species stare at the same sky, unaware that their fragile coexistence will spark one of the greatest mysteries in human evolution. Did Homo sapiens truly kill the Neanderthals, or is the truth far more complicated? The next day reveals two worlds shaped by different strengths.
Well through the cold
Neanderthal
moons.
hunters drive a massive beast to the ground with heavy wooden spears, their muscular frames built for close-range combat. Across the valley, Homo sapiens work with precision, slicing hides with razor-thin stone blades that catch the fire-like tools born from innovation rather than force. In the shelter of a rocky cave, Neanderthal women spark co-fire as children play with animal bones, echoes of a small but resilient family group. Meanwhile, sapiens mark the walls with symbols of reindeer and mammoth, early signs of imagination and expanding social networks. Hands sharpen weapons in two different ways: the fine, rhythmic tapping of sapiens' stonecraft, and the steady grinding of Neanderthal spear shafts. Night deepens. Neanderthals huddle tightly around the flames, conserving warmth. Sapiens travel swiftly across the open snow, carrying bundles of tools that let them adapt to any landscape. Both groups spot the same reindeer herd, moving with urgency through the storm. One terrifying animal bolts between them. For a breathless moment, as it collapses into the snow, two species freeze balanced between rivalry and survival. By dawn, the Neanderthals drag their hard-won kill through the snow, only to notice lighter footprints circling the area. Sapiens have passed close, watching, waiting.
Not be here.
From a distant ridge, the sapiens study the Neanderthal trail in silence, torn between caution and desperation. When they return the next morning, nothing remains but scattered bones and dry blood. Hunger sharpens their resolve. A brutal blizzard sweeps across the valley, shrinking every chance of survival. Children cry from hunger, and even the strong collapse under the weight of the cold. One sapiens falls to his knees before companions pull him back to his feet, a reminder that cooperation is their greatest weapon, that they are not alone. Neanderthals move around the sapiens camp, curious yet wary. Both species understand the harsh truths revealed by archaeology. In times of scarcity, proximity can mean conflict. Their eyes meet again in the dark, tense, unblinking. Then danger strikes from another direction. A wolf lunges out of the storm. Instinct overrides rivalry. Spears and stones fly from both sides in a brief, chaotic alliance, echoing the idea that coexistence was sometimes possible. When the wolf collapses, silence returns. Two species stand over the kill, sharing victory, yet walking away as strangers. Illness creeps in long before either species understands its power. A Neanderthal coughs violently, gripping a strange lesion on his skin. Soon others collapse around him, breaths shallow, bodies weakening in patterns familiar to modern science, signs of pathogens passing between isolated populations. Across the valley, the sapiens can't move steadily westward, their mobility and broader social networks offering protection against the invisible threat. A soft glow illustrates how microbes might have drifted through the ancient air, crossing boundaries either group intended to share. A trembling Neanderthal presses his hand against the icy ground, tears mixing with melting snow. When the sapiens later reach a settlement, they find it abandoned, fires burned out, tools scattered in silence. Bones lie among animal remains, hinting at chaos without clear answers. Above the empty plain, a lone eagle circles, gliding over a world quietly reshaped by forces neither species could see. Lost in the cold night, A young Homo Sapiens stumbles toward a quiet riverbank only to find a Neanderthal woman standing in the moonlit mist. For a moment, the world holds its breath, no fear, no violence. Only two humans, meeting across an ancient divide. They exchange small carved tokens, fragile gestures of curiosity and recognition. At dawn, they part ways. He watches her disappear into the trees, unaware that encounters like this rare, yet real, would leave echoes deep within our DNA. Sunlight filters through drifting smoke, blending with the faint spiral of genetic threads, tying past to present. A child's face emerges, carrying features of both worlds. Maybe they didn't vanish. Maybe they became part of us. Neanderthal profiles dissolve into modern faces as a Sapiens band marches onward, their silhouettes fading into the frozen plain. Hunger drives desperate choices. As winter tightens its grip, a starving Neanderthal band storms a Homo Sapiens camp, not out of hatred, but sheer survival. Chaos erupts in the snow-two human species clashing beneath a frozen moon. Sapiens hurl finely shaped stone points from a distance, weapons refined through long-range hunting. Neanderthals, powerful and cornered, surge forward in brutal close combat. When the storm of violence settles, bodies lie scattered across the ice. Among them, a wounded Neanderthal child stares wide-eyed, fear replacing the warmth that once defined their kinship bonds. Snow begins to fall, soft and indifferent, covering the fallen as if the earth itself were trying to erase the moment. A surviving Sapiens kneels, turning over a familiar face, someone who once shared food beside a fire. He recoils, guilt hollowing his breath, and extinguishes his torch. Silence swallows the world. Only the wind speaks across the empty plain as the camera rises, revealing how small this battlefield truly is. Just one struggle in a vast land where both species fought, endured, and ultimately faded from each other's sight. The cave is silent now, only a cold fire pit remains, surrounded by fading handprints, fragile traces of a people who once shaped this darkness with stories and flame. A Homo Sapiens wanderer steps inside, brushing his fingers across an ancient Neanderthal mark, a reminder that they were not monsters or myths, but humans navigating the same unforgiving world. Light slips through a narrow crack, dust rising like memories refusing to fall. Time accelerates, ice retreats, forests bloom, animals reclaim the land, and yet their presence lingers. A modern human gazes into the camera, carrying echoes of both species in their DNA. Neanderthals do not vanish here, they dissolve gently into us. If this journey moved you, remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more stories written across our shared human past.